These are the top 50 players in Counter-Strike history. While most are quick to credit Markelov and Edward for the success of Na'Vi, the team was exceptional in both strategy and team play, with a steady approach during pressure-packed finals. As in-game leader, ZEUS had Na'Vi a step ahead of the competition for their incredible 2010 season, leading to wins at IEM4, ESWC, and WCG, later winning IEM5 in 2011. A clutch player and consistent fragger dating back to his time with Virtus Pro and Pro 100, ZEUS is the 50th best player in CS history. Volcano found success on an array of top American teams, beginning with a notable ZEUS team who upset Eolithic at CPL Winter 2002, and later topping SK to finish second at ESWC 2003. He took fourth at ESWC 2004 with TSG, before joining 3D to win WCG. He would remain with 3D for the rest of his prime, finishing fourth at ESWC 2006 and second at WSVG Finals. Through his career, Volcano developed into a dominant rifler and steady performer, the type whose presence on the map you never had to worry about. Honorable mention to Sunman for having a similar career path and impact on his teams. KAPID climbed the German scene through Team 64, A-Losers, and Okrana, before helping Alternate Attacks become one of the best teams of 2006. After finishing second at WSVG Summer and third at ESWC, KAPID made the move to Mousesports, but returned to Attacks for WSVG Finals. The team shocked the CS world and won, despite playing with a ringer and their manager. With Mousesports, he helped lead another renaissance, as the team secured first place finishes at IEM Season 2 and IEM Europe. KAPID was as consistent as they come, and a stabilizing force for teams that reached their absolute peak with him on the roster. Less celebrated than Star, NIP, and SK teammates, All was nevertheless part of two not just great, but legendary teams who had their defining moments with him in the lineup. Perhaps one of few players to cede a larger role and maximize the stars around him, but an elite player in his own right who managed 3rd and 4th place finishes at CPL Majors in 2002. Ultimately, All was able to define himself away from Heaton and Potty, winning CPL Winter 2005 with a revamped SK lineup, adding to a massive trophy collection that includes wins at CPL 2001, CPL Summer and Winter 2003, and WCG 2003. With a brief but dominating prime, Jungle is a difficult player to rank. After winning WEG Season 3, he faced off against Fraud and Complexity at WEG Masters in one of the most anticipated individual player matchups. WNV cruised to victory, picking up the largest first place prize in CS 1.6 history, and at the time fans commonly viewed Jungle as one of the best players in the world. He led the charge during the most competitive era of Asian teams, and although the volatility in that scene leaves him with less success than he may have deserved, the talent he displayed in his prime makes him worthy of this list. Lex broke out with Virtus Pro in 2004, scoring a massive upset over SK en route to a third place finish at ESWC. The team lacked major success beyond this point, but won over a tough field at Acon 5 China, where Lex again proved to be one of the world's best. While the bulk of his success is found in the early generation of competitive CS, he remained a premier player into the twilight of professional 1.6. Lex was an elite opper, and despite a late charge by Doja, he is the best Russian player of all time. Blizzard rose to prominence with A-Losers in 2003, winning CPL Spain and finishing 4th at CPL Summer. He would pair up with Mouseport before the year was out, grabbing 3rd at CPL Copenhagen and 3rd at CPL Winter. As Johnny R faded away, Blizzard became the face of German CS for the remainder of his career, culminating in another victory at CPL Spain and 3rd place finishes at ESWC 2005 and WEG 1. Blizzard was a formidable and consistent presence despite frequent roster changes in Mousesports, and viewed by many as the best German player of all time. Starux was at times an opper, strat caller, and provider of both entry fragging and clutch play for one of the best teams of all time. Navi topped IEM, ESWC, and WCG in 2010 to set the record for team earnings in a year. They continued their dominance with a win at IEM 5, while finishing 2nd at ESWC 2011 and IEM 6. His broad skill set was invaluable, allowing Navi to adapt and overcome any opponent. In the end, he could hang one extra medal around his neck, having placed 3rd at WCG 2007 with A Gaming. It's no surprise that when GodB joined Mousesports, they put together the strongest run of placings in team history, capturing titles at IEM 2, IEM Dubai, and IEM Europe. He goes down as one of the strongest in-game leaders of all time, pairing sound strat calling with elite skill. For him to break down borders and compete outside of his own country speaks volumes to the level of his play and willingness of an organization to neglect WCG in in order to have him on the team. Only a handful of players succeeded in this way, and KAPID goes down as one of the best. KK is often unheralded despite his talent and success. In 2004, he made waves with the Titans team that captured an ESWC title and WCG silver medal. He left the Titans in 2005 to focus on school, but remained in the game in a smaller capacity, appearing at semi-major events with runner-up Danish teams. He returned for one final hurrah in 2007, placing second at the inaugural IEM event. KK was one of few players to successfully fill both sniper and strat calling roles at the same time, and in his prime was one of the most dominating operas to play the game, whose career potential we never saw fully realized.